I have an irrational fear of heights. Intellectually, I know that I won't fall out of the window of a tall building if I stand too close to it. I know that I probably won't suddenly lose control of the steering in my car and drive off of a suspension bridge. I know that roller coasters and Ferris wheels are safe, and that I will probably survive the mere 3 minutes one of these rides take. However, my body reacts in a way that I simply can't control. Looking down from a great height gives me vertigo. Driving over a bridge causes my vision to narrow, my respiration to increase, my body to tense. It is not logical, but dealing with heights causes me to have a panic attack. Before I met my brother in Europe over spring break, he called to tell me about some of the things he planned for us to do. A Segway tour of Paris, a performance of Legally Blonde in London, and something else he wouldn't reveal. "You won't chicken out, will you?" he asked. So when I found out about the helicopter ride over London, I tried not to freak out. We went to a small airfield outside London and followed the pilot out to the helicopter. It was overcast and threatening rain, which only added to my uneasiness. Because it was my first flight, my niece and nephew generously offered the front seat to me. "The views will be so much better," they told me. The pilot helped me climb inside and put on my seatbelts. My hands were shaking so much I could barely fasten the buckles. I put on my headphones, planted my feet firmly on the floor, and started to say a string of silent Hail Marys. After the pilot did his flight check, he started the blades. I could feel the noise inside me. And then, slowly, miraculously, we began to lift. There was a moment when my breath caught and I felt my body tense. My heart pounded. My eyes filled with tears. We rose higher, banked to one side, and flew over a horse pasture across the road from the airfield. And then we were on our way. When I remembered to breathe again, my fear was gone. The views were amazing. This was not like traveling in an airplane. It really felt like flying. And it felt fabulous. We raced over a patchwork of irregularly shaped fields with hedgerow borders, circled for a few minutes to avoid a 747 taking off from Heathrow, and then headed over London. All of the sights we'd seen on the ground a few days ago were now below us. Westminster Cathedral, the Houses of Parliament, St. Stephen's Tower and Big Ben, Buckingham Palace, the London Eye, the Tower of London, and the Tower Bridge, the site of some of the Summer Olympic Games. We witnessed a shell race on the Thames, a football game in a fan-filled stadium. All too soon, we were heading back to the airfield. I didn't want it to end. I felt so free, so optimistic. There was something about seeing the world at a distance that gave me perspective, and for a few minutes, helped me forget the problems and stresses of my life on the ground. "Did you like it? Were you scared?" I was asked when we clambered out of the helicopter. The truth was, my kneecaps were still jumping up and down, but it was no problem to shout a gleeful, jubilant "yes" and "no." It is an experience I won't soon forget, and one I am thankful I was privileged to have. You never know how much you can gain from pushing past your fears and trying something new.